I missed my prior flight from this airport to Rome because my flight from Tampa to Frankfurt, Germany was 9 hours. So by the time I went through customs, I would miss the flight leaving the Frankfurt International Airport. The next one don't arrive until 4 hours later, which would be 3:30 my time on Sunday p.m. But the focus of this lecture is I want to share with the world on the food that I eat or pack with me as I'm traveling abroad. And because March of this year, for the first time in my adult life, I came under a nutritionist. And even though I'm going to be in the guided tour to Italy and Rome for the next several days, and we all know the food in Italy is phenomenal, but I still bought some of my stuff as a backup. And in addition, I'm going to be mindful of the food that I'm going to eat in Italy as we go on this guided tour. But I'm at this airport, Frankfurt International Airport. Been here. My plane from Tampa to Frankfurt, Germany was a 9-hour flight. We arrived 10:30 this morning and missed my flight. So my next flight don't need to 3:30, so well over 4 hours. So, but to help me out is I packed, and this made it through customs, and I'm glad it did. I've got several of these bumblebee flavored tuna. I put me some of these in my carry-on, and I've already ate one. This is very high in protein. And these flavored tunas, I don't know if you all have ever tried them. They are great. They come in different flavors. Now, a nutritionist that I went under in March of this year put me on a high protein diet. So I can eat seafood, I can eat tuna, I can eat boiled eggs, I can eat meats, lean meats all day long. So I'm really excited when we begin our guided tour in Italy in terms of some of the food options that I can have in addition to what I bought when we took this guided tour. But what I do know about Italy, because I've done some research on it, they're real big on pasta and pizza. I'm going to stay away from all that. But I can eat any kind of other lean meat in terms of how they prepare it. But my go-to is I've already had one of these. I just ate one of these while I'm sitting around at this airport in Frankfurt, Germany. Because when I went to some of the areas they have here in the airport to try to get something to eat, they load everything with bread here. They do. I'm not eating that. Also, I packed me some protein cookies from Quest. And the key thing that I do is that my nutritionist got me on high protein. This here is 16 grams of protein. This 1 gram of sugar and 15 grams of protein, this protein cookie. So you're talking about 16 grams. Now I eat this later on today. It's another 15 grams of protein, 1 gram of sugar, 2 grams of net carbs. My nutritionist got me on low carb, zero sugar, high protein eating habits, and that's a lot of selections I can have. I also got, and I've already started eating some of this, I got a banana to munch on because it is going to be later on this evening before I make it to Rome. So, and I'm going to be tired because, mind you now, I just got off a 9-hour flight from Tampa International Airport to Frankfurt, Germany. So this will tide me over because I'm observing the food choices in this airport, and it's horrible. I'm not eating that. And what I noticed here in Frankfurt, because I've been here since 10:30 this morning, it's Sunday. I don't know what the time zone is now in the United States. But what I observed when I went to try to get a cup of coffee at the food court in Frankfurt, Germany, it's like 10:30, quarter to 11. And I had a really hard time finding coffee because I'm just observing. I'm an observer. They got all kind of German beer and liquor throughout this airport. And I'm sure culture varies from country to country. But without knowing that about how you just bombarded with alcohol and whiskey and beer this early during the day, German time, and people drinking it like coffee. What I do know as a licensed clinical addiction specialist, holding the credentials in 3 states, I don't care what your culture is, heavy consumption of alcohol from a clinical standpoint will cause catastrophic damage to the organs. Heavy consumption of alcohol will raise your tolerance. And what that tolerance for alcohol does is your body is now going to acquire, it's going to need more and more of the alcohol to receive the same effect. And then that person drinking will become more accelerated to the point where now they become addicted to the substance. They become addicted to the alcohol. There's so many many of alcohol-related medical problems: heart disease, diabetes, cirrhosis of the liver, certain forms of cancer. People sometimes end up going on dialysis. Research has validated that people who are addicted to alcohol or drink excessive alcohol cut their lifespan by 25 years. So I know that as a clinical expert. So what I observe as I walk through this Frankfurt International Airport while I'm waiting on my flight that's going to take me from Frankfurt International Airport to to Rome to kickstart my guided tour, is I'm observing all of these people just drinking this hard liquor, early during the day, like a cup of coffee. So it took me probably about a good 15 minutes of walking to different areas where they sell food and drinks to find a cup of coffee, really. And when I bought the German coffee, they use euros in Germany. So when I bought the cup of coffee, the German coffee, it has a different taste to it. It was like a thick, creamy type, bitterish type taste. I put cream in it. Took a few more sips and really couldn't even finish the cup of coffee. So I went ahead and just settled with my water. So these are some tips and strategies that I do, in addition to being very mindful of the food that I'm going to consume in Italy and Rome with various people from all over the world in that guided tour. But I brought also my own stuff to fall back on. And this is a really good travel tip to get in the habit of doing anyway. Like I stated, I went under a nutritionist for the first time in my adult life. And I'm just, by me really being laser focused and following all of her recommendations, because food really is a science, people. And from April of this year to now, I lost well over 70 pounds of fat off my body frame. In addition to, by changing my eating habits, by high protein, virtually zero carbs, zero sugar, I'm more focused, I'm thinking clear, I'm energetic, my lab work was phenomenal, and I just see benefits all the way around. So, and just because you're traveling abroad and going to see many of the 7 wonders of the world, that does not mean you need to break your healthy eating routine. You need to be more laser focused than ever. And if you do eat food from other cultures, choose something within the parameters that you're supposed to have. Because when we travel the areas of Italy and Rome, and we go to these various restaurants in Italy and Rome, they're going to have many things on that menu other than Italian pizza or there's pasta. I don't have to eat all that. I can select meats, lean meats, and vegetables prepared their way. So again, I just wanted to share this important tip. I'm currently now waiting on my flight from Frankfurt International Airport to Rome. And I'm just really sucking up all of this culture diversity, meeting people from all over the world as I navigate through these airports. And another powerful tip, make sure you travel light. Make sure you travel light. So that's all I have. Simplify, simple fidelis. And I'm going to leave it in care of you.